Good morning, Peter Racy here, Anzac Day Precinct YouTube channel. It's the 22nd of October, it's my daughter's birthday, 2022, and we are doing another letter to Hexham because there's been some substantial developments in relation to the matters that we canvass. One of them you can see behind us is that the signage here at the Australia Remembers Freedom Wall has been upgraded, and I'm going to include a couple of little clips from the drive-in. Really good to see this new signage for the National Australia Remembers Freedom Wall, and not just one but two. But what I'm most excited about is finally the signage promoting all that's in the Botanical Gardens has been switched on. How beautiful it looks. And these two signs now work so well together to promote the Mount Coot-tha precinct. So I just thought I'd slip in as well a nighttime shot of this new Mount Coot-tha sign. Looks absolutely fantastic. Now we're doing a drive past at Anzac Park, and as you can see, it has been completely and utterly remulched from one end of it to the other. But the real reason we're out and about is that we've come along to the West Toowong Bowls and Sporting Club to hear Peter Collins talk about the journey to date of the National Defence Chaplain's Memorial Grove, which is to be planted in Anzac Park.
Our guest speaker today is Peter Collins, and he's from the Cannon Garland organisation. And
there's a jolly great big storm over the back heading this way, so we tend to get interrupted anywhere along the way. Just go under the chairs or whatever you normally do when the sky's open at beautiful Toowong. Right, so with no further ado, I want to introduce this little subject which has been very close to my heart since the last time I was here. Thanks to the invitation of your wonderful executive, who I finally met this morning. Thank you, Lee. Almost a year ago today, I was in the same spot talking to not as many people, so I'm very grateful for that. Bruce, you've obviously put the stick about and said you've got to turn up for my talks. For those that have come a long way, I see my good collaborator in chief down the back there, Peter Racy, who's come from Wakeley, which I believe is still in Australia. And others who I just can't see here because my eyes are going. If you've come a long way, thank you very much. You honour me and you honour the particular subject matter I'm going to bring up to bear at the moment. Okay, so let me see if I can get this technology going. My theme for today is the story so far. After a year, you'd imagine that things would be a little bit more advanced. And today is a situation update report for us all. Given that in the last week I've had some really good news, which I'm hoping that I won't have to come back here in a year's time and say, oh, missed it by that much. So, okay, so now the National Defence Chaplain's Memorial Grove, as we discussed last year, if you all remember and got your notebooks out, is going to be going into the Anzac Park at Toowong, the first park of its name to have that particular honour, possibly in the world. To the best of our knowledge, there's not too many in 1916 we were calling any civic space Anzac Park. So for that alone, Toowong is a very special part of what I like to call the Anzac Day Precinct, which means it's a link to the story of the origins of Anzac Day itself. And it all happens out of Toowong in a lot of ways. So without knowing too much more about how this will all pan out, as a part of a community of places that are special on a different level, spiritual level, we're on our way. So there you go. So that was part of that day there. There's my good colleague, Commander Darryl Neild, OAM, RAN retired, who's on the Anzac Day Commemoration Committee of Queensland. A lovely chap, he probably sends his apologies for not being here today. Here, of course, is the little conversation going on. Over there is my colleague, Mr. Racy, Mr. Mackay, and there's the tree, pointing towards the Gallipoli pines that are also there. When you stand up at the top of the Toowong Cemetery and look down, it's a pretty amazingly pretty aspect. And this great big piece of road infrastructure was sitting there like a bit of an orphan. Council, of course, in its wisdom, has been working very assiduously to create proper entrance ways that are easier for access, public access into Toowong Cemetery, and a lot of other things along the way, including amazing signage. So the council is to be commended for increasingly making Mount Coot-tha into something that is well worth visiting on a good day, as you all well know, it being your backyard. Thank you, mate. Cheers. Well done. Well done, Toowong District Historical
If anyone
Association.
has any questions for Peter, please come up.
And with that, we say farewell to the beautiful West Toowong Bowls and Sporting Club on this fair day.